A top focus this Wednesday morning, viewers. US President Donald Trump says India could soon face tariffs of 20 to 25%, but nothing's final just yet. Now, Trump was speaking with reporters aboard Air Force One. He called India a good friend, but once again accused it of charging some of the highest tariffs in the world. The US has set August 1st deadline for a wave of new tariffs on countries without trade deals. Now, India is holding back new offers, but talks are still ongoing. Meanwhile, a US team will visit India mid-August, aiming for a broader trade deal by fall. But first, here's what Trump said.
India is preparing to face higher U.S. tariffs between 20 and 25%. Is that what you're tracking, or what do you think the rate will be for India?
That they are going to pay 25%.
That India is preparing to face higher U.S. tariffs between 20 and 25%.
Yeah, I think so. Look, India's they're my friends, and he's my friend. And, you know, they ended the war with Pakistan at my request, and that was great. And Pakistan did also. India's been a good friend, but India has charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country. You know that, right? Over the years. But now I'm in charge, and you just can't do that.
And my colleague Natasha unpacks the Air Force One gaggle Trump had with reporters, which you just saw.
You will hear the reporter asking, so will India see 20 to 25% tariff rates? And what Trump first says is, yeah, he says, sort of casually. But then later in that exchange with the reporters, he backtracks and says that they're still trying to figure it out. We're going to see what happens. But basically, he goes on to call India a good friend, but then also diverts again and says that India has charged more tariffs than almost any other country. And then also talks about what he perceives as his role in ending the Indo-Pakistan conflict that happened soon after Pahalgam. And India has made it very clear that their strategy with Pakistan is clearly something that only they decide. But President Trump has still been talking about his role in settling that war, as he calls it. So it added a vague tone to his tariff comments. And the timing of this is all very interesting because it's just 2 days before that August 1st deadline. So it is being seen as a bit of a pressure tactic, perhaps, from the Trump administration, which is not something new. This is what they've done with other countries as well. But there's a larger story here, too, that there was a lot of optimism earlier from the Trump administration about the Indo-US trade deal. That optimism hasn't totally gone away, but both sides now are acknowledging that more work needs to be done and more talking basically needs to be done to iron out some sticking points between the two countries. Meanwhile, India is actually preparing for a temporary rate of 20 to 25% on some of its exports. It is expecting that, but they're still seeing it as temporary because there's still hope for that larger Indo-US trade deal.